Word on the street is that Diddy's daughters have reportedly been pulled into the whole problem. So it appears that his predicament is beginning to impact his entire family. Girl? Supporters claim that Diddy's daughters are more aware of his antics than they have been disclosing. Jaguar Wright also claims that the girls' phones have been monitored by the federal government. And things don't appear to be going well. But what specifically did the girls do to raise suspicions among the feds? And did they actually attempt to flee the country? Let's dissect it. Well, it should be clear that Jaguar Wright is not fond of Diddy, to put it mildly. She is one of Diddy's biggest detractors, and she has made that very evident over the last few years. However, if we believed that she would only target Diddy, we were obviously mistaken. As rumors are circulating that she is now pursuing Diddy's twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah. It seems that Jaguar is not content with Diddy potentially going to jail because she is reportedly pursuing his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah. It's almost as though she won't be content until the entire family is enmeshed in the chaos. Diddy actually has 3 daughters who are all around the same age, the twins and his other daughter, Chance. The twins will all turn 19 this year, although Chance is only a few months older than them. Legally speaking, they are now adults, even if they are still young. However, the twins appear to be the center of attention. So what precisely did they do? And why do people believe that the twins are being investigated by the federal government? On the one hand, they appear to be more focused on living their best lives, and don't seem overly concerned about what is happening with their father. In addition, they have been taking lavish vacations, attending boat parties, and traveling the world. To be honest, they have lived this way since they were young. However, with everything going on right now, some people, like Jaguar Wright, think it's a little out of touch for them to be flaunting all of that, especially in light of the unsettling reports that have surfaced regarding what their father allegedly did to his victims. Because the daughters offered to give up their passports when their father was imprisoned last year. Fans also believe that they covertly support him. At the time, federal prosecutors requested the court to deny him bail, fearing that Diddy might intimidate witnesses and disrupt the case if released. The feds reported that drugs appeared to be found in his hotel room during the arrest, and prosecutors argued that he had the means and money to be a flight risk. He even offered a $50 million bond under home detention, but the judge rejected it. Later on, we learned the specifics of Diddy's bail terms, and wow, they were crazy. A $50 million bond co-signed by Sean Combs' mother, sister, the mother of his eldest daughter and his 3 adult sons, was reportedly proposed by Diddy's attorney. Additionally, he suggested that the equity in Mr. Combs' home at 2 West Star Island in Miami, Florida, be used to secure the bond. The house, which is unencumbered, is valued at over $48 million. Mr. Combs had paid off the remaining mortgage of approximately $18 million in advance of the bail hearing on August 20th, 2024, so the home could be used to secure the bond and be mortgage-free. The document further stated that the equity in Mr. Combs' mother's house located at 450 Alton Road in Miami, Florida, would also be used to secure the bond. Additionally, Mr. Combs' travel would be restricted to the southern districts of Florida and New York to attend court, meet with his attorney, and attend medical appointments, all of which would be reported to the court in a separate sealed submission, as well as the District of New Jersey or the Eastern District of New York. But only to the extent that he would use an airport in those districts to travel to and from New York. The documents also revealed that Diddy had turned in his passport to the government in April of this year. However, he went a step further and volunteered to submit the passports of his mother and daughters. It stated that following the raids on Mr. Combs' residences, the passports of Janice Combs, Chance Combs, Jessie Combs, Delilah Combs, and Love Combs had already been turned over to legal representation. Chile, even the infant had to surrender her passport. But the officials rejected that and allowed the girls to keep their passports. Which is why there are now rumors that the twins may be trying to run. So what exactly are they fleeing from? Rumor has it that they might be attempting to escape before things get out of hand. Before all of this chaos began, Diddy was worth nearly $1 billion. His net worth has now fallen to roughly $400 million? Sure, that's still a lot of money, but compared to $1 billion, that's a significant drop. If Diddy is found guilty, he will most likely have to forfeit everything he owns, which makes the situation even worse. According to the federal government's indictment documents, Sean Combs shall forfeit to the United States, okay? Any and all interests in securities of claims against and property or contractual rights of any kind affording a source of influence over the enterprise named and described herein, which the defendant established, operated, controlled, conducted, and participated in the conduct of. This is in relation to the offense alleged in Count 1 of the indictment. Additionally, the documents state, any and all assets derived from the proceeds of the violation, directly or indirectly, including but not limited to, a sum of money in U.S. currency that represents the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense shall be forfeited. They also stated any and all real and personal property that is used, involved in or intended to be used to commit or facilitate the commission of said offenses, as well as any end. All property traceable to such property shall be forfeited to the United States by the defendant. This includes all property acquired directly or indirectly as a result of the offenses, including a sum of money in U.S. currency representing the total amount of property involved in, and proceeds traceable to the commission of the offenses. So it is highly probable that Diddy could not only face jail time, but also complete financial ruin. And based on their privileged lifestyle, the twins will likely find it difficult to adapt to life without Daddy's millions, especially because they've made it clear that they have no intention of attending college or getting regular jobs. But how does their rumored escape relate to all of this? Rumor has it that Diddy set up offshore accounts for his children in case something like this ever happened. One fan gave an intriguing explanation for why. Diddy's lawyers wanted the children to surrender their passports. They're probably the names on offshore accounts. They don't want him using the money in offshore accounts to pay off people, move money abroad, or silence others. Since significant sum withdrawals must be initiated in person, it's impossible to access the accounts without going there. Fans are now claiming that the girls know something we don't when it comes to Diddy's case. They seem to know that Diddy will most likely lose, and they're trying to minimize their losses before things get really ugly. As expected, Jaguar Wright had something to say about all of this. She claimed that Diddy allegedly used to exert financial control over his children.
When you're dealing with the kind of control freak that Diddy is, and you raise children under that, the financial abuse for all of them is probably the worst. Because there's no way they can make money without him. He has them locked in. And if he falls, who's going to hire them? Who's going to fund them? Who's going to look out for them? No one. Right. No one. They're not fighting for their father. They're fighting for their survival.
It's difficult to hold the girls accountable for cutting their losses and fleeing. Their time in high school is over. They are not going to attend college. Daddy is most likely going to jail. And if there is a significant amount of money in those offshore accounts, they will want to access it as soon as possible. In any case, share your thoughts with me on this before watching the following video.